Bitcoin retesting major trend line resistance. Are we going to be able to break through it today or not? If we break through it, that could send us up to 10K. If we get rejected from here, we could be consolidating out a little bit longer, and maybe it could even mean for a slight sell-off, just a tad bit. So, hey, y'all, thanks for joining back again today. We're going to go over the Bitcoin charts, and if that sounds interesting to y'all, go ahead and stick around, and let's go ahead and get started. All right, if y'all are brand new to the channel, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that way y'all can be updated every time I make a Bitcoin video. I make Bitcoin chart videos every single day on this channel. So hopefully y'all subscribe and join me once again on the Bitcoin charts. Also, we use the market cipher indicator by CryptoFace on this channel. If y'all are interested in that, y'all can check some of the links down in the description box, and also see how to get a hold of that. All right, so we're looking at the 15-minute time frame to start off with. We recently just had this nice pump up to the top side here, all the way up to about that 8,600 area. So relatively nice pump up here, wicked really high through our resistance at almost about the 8,500 area. Currently finding a lot of resistance at that 8,500 area. Now, are we going to be able to hold it? I'm not 100% sure. We just recently had this nice little wick all the way down to retest our VWAP. We are finding the VWAP as support, so that could indicate that it does mean that the bulls are in control as of right now. To see whether or not they hold that VWAP going forward from here on out is yet to be determined, but maybe we can take a look at some of these higher time frames to see what we might think the market will do. All right, and so another thing that I wanted to tell you all about is that we entered a long position right at about, right at about 9,300. So we entered our long position right at about 9,300, right about here. I told the group yesterday that I was going in at a long position. This was a little bit later at night. So we know that Bitcoin likes to pump around certain times, pump or dump around certain times of the night. Basically, if you're in the US or central location, then that usually it happens in the wee hours of the night going on into the morning. So we just have to be aware of this. And most of the time I can stay up at least for that, and I can signal my group. And most of the time, the trading group that I have also is from people all around the world. So, they're up at those hours too as well to make those trades if they would like to. But I only have one more spot left for the 35% off discount, so that will be ending later this week. If this spot doesn't get filled, I'm going to have to still get rid of it, and I'll have to raise the price back up to where it was originally at. And, I'll be doing maybe, in a couple months or so, I might consider another special. But as of right now, there is only one spot left for that 35% off tier. And you get quite a few things there too. So highly encourage y'all to come check it out. Come trade with us. Learn a little bit more about trading if you want to compound your interest in Bitcoin. And then also you can check out all the private videos that I have too as well. So we'll dive in a little bit deeper into that here a little bit later. But as we get back into our time frames, let's take a look at our 30-minute. Our 30-minute also giving us that nice little wick down to the bottom side here. Also indicating money flow starting to round off just a tad bit here. So one thing that I did notice was that our money flow, I was really keeping an eye on some of the lower time frames, but we kept wanting to hold support at our zero pivot point down here on our money flow. So we kept bouncing there on our lower time frames, and I was like, hey, well, it looks like we're bouncing here on our money flow. I think I feel safe, getting into a long position here. So that was what we went ahead and did. And then our 45-minute also kind of telling us that, hey, maybe we are seeing a potential top out here. So we just need to be aware of that and maybe some consolidation. But bulls do look like they are wanting to take this a little bit higher, putting in almost a higher high than from our previous run up that we had at about 9,400, 9,500. So the fact that we came up to test that 9,600 area and putting in a higher high definitely looks like the bulls want to take this a little bit further up to the top side. So that's a good indication that, hey, we're going to probably break through this resistance point, and our money flow is still looking really nicely here on our 1 hour too as well. You can see here where I was talking about where we bounced from the zero pivot on our money flow, and we kept bouncing from there. So, the fact that the bulls are still trying to maintain control of this market right now is pretty surprising and shocking, but definitely we're going to use it to what we can and see where they think they might top out at. But as of right now, it looks like we are testing this major trend line resistance again, and maybe even wanting to break through it now. So looking at our 90-minute time frame, also giving us this nice little indication that we are still headed up. No red dot just yet, but we are still seeing some resistance pushing forward up here too as well. I just needed to look at something here. Since I'm still in my trade, I just want to monitor it just a little bit more. Okay, so our 2 hour is also telling us, hey, we just put in another green dot here just a minute ago. We had our buy signal off. I would imagine that it's probably going to close bullish. So once we move on to the next time frame, which that'll close in the next 20 minutes, that'll give us a nice signal that we are probably going to continue heading up here too as well. Every single buy signal so far has led us to an upside, a pretty substantial upward movement here. And then on our 3 hour is also kind of telling us the same thing. What was our money flow going here? Money flow bouncing off of that zero pivot point again, kind of consolidating out sideways, moving a little bit higher as of right now. Going on into the 3 hour, we can see the same thing. I just added the 3 hour. I just wanted to keep an eye really on the money flow there. But even moving into our 4 hour, we can see that we're putting in another green dot here too as well. Money flow is kind of moving, clipping up to that top side there. And one thing here was that we are just steadily getting support on our key EMA here. I think it was right here. I was like, hey, we're bouncing from it once again. This looks like it wants to continue, and no sign of reversal just yet. We did have this kind of scare right back here, but even on our higher time frames, as we start to move into those, we can see that it was still being held as support. That key EMA was just telling us, hey, like, don't get too bearish as of right now. I'm still the bulls still want to take me a little bit higher. So guys, if y'all are interested, also I have the YouTube membership page that y'all can sign up for if you'd like. It is a little bit cheaper than the Patreon page if y'all want to sign up for it. Basically, I'll give y'all a private analysis over whatever chart y'all want me to review, and I'll use the market cipher indicator for that for y'all. So feel free to check out the YouTube membership and then just direct message me what chart you want me to review after that. And then also I have the crypto takeover newsletter. If y'all are interested in that, I will most likely be sending out a newsletter later this week or next week. So feel free to sign up for that and make sure that you are subscribed to the free newsletter. I'll do giveaways every once in a while. We're going to do our next giveaway at 5,000 subs. So hopefully we can get up there, but I need y'all to like and hit that like button at least, and comment something down below. Let me know that you signed up for the newsletter. Just comment down below and say newsletter or something like that. And then also, share this video, share it with your friends, get them over here, tell them we're making some half decent trades and we're doing well with ourselves, over here. So highly encourage y'all to at least sign up for the newsletter if y'all aren't wanting to become a Patreon member and trade with us, privately, if anything. Let's go ahead and jump back into the charts though. So we are looking at our 6 hour here. You can tell here that we are just steadily holding nice support above our key EMA here. We could come back down to retest it. If we do, that's all about the 9,000 area, if anything. But I feel that we are very bullish as of right now. Even on our 8 hour, we're getting our first buy signal on our 8 hour with our blue wave still kind of trending up here. Money flow still looking relatively healthy. And same with our 6 hour and our 4 hour too. And then as we move into our 12 hour is also giving us that green dot back here too as well. No sign of a buy signal just yet, but also you can see how we are just holding nice support above our key EMA here. The bulls do not want to give this up whatsoever. It looks like we're coming back to retest that 9,500 area again as well. But the fact that we pierced through this trend line right now, I have a feeling this next 12-hour candle is probably going to send us through it, if anything. And so that's right at about that 9,500 area. So definitely looking forward to the rest of the day. Probably going to end up being a pretty bullish day for the most part. What I'm looking for is probably a push back up to 9,800. If we can get above 9,800 and close below this candle, find it as support, that was previous resistance, then that's going to be another big indication that the bulls want to take this a little even higher. So moving on into our 21 hour. Our 21 hour also telling us big green dot here, or we have a green dot at least on our blue wave. Key EMA is holding us as support, piercing through our resistance line, wanting to find maybe support above it here pretty soon. Guys, y'all can join us in the Discord server if you'd like, but please abide by the community rules and guidelines. That's all I ask, to be honest. So make sure you read through those. Whenever you click the link to join the Discord server, you're going to be prompted to accept the community rules and guidelines, and basically just accept the rules, abide by them. Click the little green checkbox down in the bottom of that welcome page, and then you'll have access to the full server. But of course, the private trading group category on there is for the paid members only. So you need to be signed up through the Patreon to access that private category in there for the trading group. And then also, if y'all just want to stay up to date with me on different announcements that I have going on inside of Crypto Takeover, y'all can sign up through y'all can actually access the Telegram channel. It is free to join if y'all want to join us there. But basically, I just give you announcements, up to date things with what I have going on for the channel, so that way y'all can stay up to date with me if we decide to move to a different platform or whatever you may have it to as well. And then also we use the TradingView we use the TradingView to do our TA and chart analysis. I use the premium plan, and by the way, I tell my Patreon members in a private video how to set this, or how to get the premium plan or the pro plan for 60 to 50% off. So there's a nice little tip and trick in there that you can use to get 50 to 60% off. And all the other members, some of the members have tried it already, and they're like, yeah, it works, it's good, thanks, man. And so it is working, and it's still working too. So if you are using Market Cipher though, I would at least recommend having the Pro Plus plan, so that way you can have a few more indicators on the screen, such as your Aldo EMAs, which allows you to just have all your EMAs in one, and then you can toggle them on and off if you'd like to here in the settings. So that is actually a custom code that I give you the source code to inside of the Patreon page in a private post. And then also I tell you how to set up your whales buy sell signals in the private videos on the Patreon page as itself too. So these are actually the whales buy sell signal is no longer available. So I tell y'all another alternative that y'all can use instead of the whales buy sell signals too. So definitely check that out. When you do join the Patreon page, make sure that you read through all the videos, that you go back and look at all those private videos that are on there, and it'll probably answer a lot of your questions too as well. But if y'all do have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. That's what the Discord server is there for. That's why, I'm happy to accommodate to whatever, or to whoever, if you have any questions whatsoever, or if you're really interested in joining the group, and reach out to me. I can work out a deal with you or something like that. If you want to just give it a shot at a, maybe a discounted price or whatever, since I'm going to be raising the price up pretty soon on it. We'll check out the daily here. The daily also giving us no sign of a sell signal just yet. Now we did get a little scare over here of a sell signal that flashed, but no confirmation on it, so that was something that we were kind of keeping an eye on there, but there was no confirmation of that sell signal confirming, and we continue to just rise from here on out. So bulls are just dominating right now as well too. I have a little marker here set at about 9,700, so I want to see us push through that 9,800 area and maybe find our resistance trend line as support from here going into the next couple of days. What's interesting is no sign of a green dot just yet here, but I would imagine it's probably going to turn green. Our VWAP's clipping up, money flow is clipping up too as well, and then we're going to wait for that blue, that light blue wave to cross in front of that dark blue wave too, which should happen here pretty soon, I would imagine. Probably by the end of the day, putting in a green dot, probably going to send us back up to that 9,700 area at least, if anything. Relatively bullish outlook as of right now on some of these lower time frames. Moving on into our 2-day, we're actually going to go to our Bitstamp chart here too. as well. I want to go all the way up into our monthly time frame because there was something I wanted to kind of view on our monthly time frame just to see what was going to happen there. 2-day also giving us our nice bullish crosses here. No sign of a red dot. So if y'all are curious, we did have that red dot here on our 2-day that was appearing for us the past couple of days. It is gone now. So it looks like the bulls just wanted to continue to take this to the top side here. You know, during our last little run up to that 10.5K area, we had a few red dots being put in there. At least we had one red dot and then one right at about here too. You know, being put in, but now it just looks like the bulls just want to don't want to give the bears any chance whatsoever to take this market down. My theory is personally that you know, the halving is coming up, and some of these miners are going to have to get rid of all their stuff. You know, it's not going to be profitable. It's not going to be profitable to mine for the smaller people. Mr. Christoph, if y'all follow him on YouTube, he sold all of his mining rigs. He sold his mining farm. He sold all of it. So, you know, that kind of just proves to me, and, you know, that was a pretty nice mining setup, but he was just saying he wasn't going to be as profitable as he wanted to be moving forward. So that leaves me to think before this halving does take place is that everyone's going to amp up their miners to as much capability as possible to get that last bit of drop, that squeeze that last little bit of Bitcoin out of these miners before they have to sell them. And I think that's really it is what it is. We can also see on our hash rate too that, you know, if we start to dive into our hash rate, we're really pushing up pretty high on our hash rate here too. We are starting to see some clip to the downside or sideways at least, but you know, the fact that our hash rate was still moving relatively high as of right now, I think that's a good indication that these miners are really just trying to squeeze the last little bit of Bitcoin out of their rigs before they have to sell them off, and that's going to probably push the price up a little bit higher too as well. Just a theory, you know, but I like to see what everyone is kind of doing in the space, and I found that really interesting when Mr. Christoph said that he sold his whole mining farm too as well. So very, very interesting stuff. But we're gonna still look at the charts here a little bit. Guys, don't forget, if y'all are using 3 commas, you know, y'all can check the link in the description box, but this honestly has helped me a lot with my trading. I can limit in and limit out really quickly, especially if you're using a VPN. The VPN likes to slow a lot of things down on the computer too, and it won't get you that super real-time stuff, but the bot, the DCA bots on 3 commas just allow you to put in orders like that, you know, back and forth, and you can also adjust, you know, your take profit, your stop losses as well, all through 3 commas. So it's pretty handy for the most part, and I can actually trade with 2 different accounts. I think you can add as many accounts as you want, as many DCA bots on however many accounts you want. So what I did was I split the cost of the pro plan with a friend of mine, and I'm actually trading her account for her as well using my DCA bots that she already knows about. But it's definitely a nice way to you know, cut costs a little bit and see if a friend wants to split it with you, and you can, if they trust you as a trader or whatever platform you're using, then y'all can create y'all's own bots if y'all like to as well. So check out 3 commas if y'all are interested in that. And then also, if you just want to buy and hodl, you know, leverage trading is very, very risky. You know, if you do want to compound your interest, it's a huge learning curve, right? It's a very, very big learning curve, but I've talked in and out on this channel that 2020 was going to be the year to learn how to trade and learn how to harness that skill very wisely because of such a volatile market. You know, we had the recent dump, now we're having the pump. And it is what it is, and we've done really well the past couple of months, and it's really just been hard work, dedication, and really just sticking to making sure that we're studying each and every single day how to spot certain trends and learn how to get in and out of these markets in a profitable favor. So far so good. But if you just want to buy and hodl, please make sure you have a Ledger Nano S or X. You can buy those using the link in the description box. That's going to be step 1 when it comes to crypto. Make sure that you keep your crypto off of the exchanges, not your keys, not your coins. If you want to sell or if you want to buy real quick, then you have to go to the exchanges for that. But then once you do that, make sure that you have it at least on the ledger, if anything. And then also we like to use Bybit on, or at least in my trading group, I think most of us use Bybit. Some other people are using some other platforms as well too, but I like to use Bybit for the most part. If y'all are interested in Bybit and learning a little bit more about leverage trading, check the links in the description box. And then also, please, whenever you do sign up, ask chat support down in the bottom right-hand corner how to access the testnet. And this will basically allow you to paper trade BTC to make sure that you're a profitable trader, make sure that your algorithm is working for you before you actually deposit your real Bitcoin onto the exchange, and make sure that you can just learn the platform, if anything, too, because a lot of these platforms are very they look intimidating when you first look at them. So you just want to make sure that you can mess around with it before you actually deposit your real BTC onto the exchange. And then also Prime XBT is another leverage exchange that allows you to leverage trade the S&P 500, gold and silver, some fiat currencies as well, all using Bitcoin. So feel free to check out that if y'all are interested as well. And then we use the Brave browser on this channel. Brave browser is the browser of the future when it comes to the cryptocurrency markets and being able to earn passive income in the cryptocurrency space. So using the Brave browser, you're able to opt in and out of ads. And when you opt in and out of ads, you get paid out in BAT token if you opt in to click on the ads in the bottom right hand corner. So it's not your typical Google ads or anything like that. It's a Brave content creator ads. So once you click the ad in the bottom right hand corner, you get paid out in BAT token. You get a percentage of BAT token at the beginning of each month on how many ads that you clicked. If you want a totally free ad browsing experience, you can opt out of the ads as well. And it pretty much gets rid of every single ad too. So Google's probably going to be really mad about me mentioning that, but oh well. And then CryptoTab browser is another browser that allows you to mine Bitcoin straight from your web browser. If y'all are interested in getting a hold of that, check the links in the description box. But as you can see, I just clicked the CryptoTab browser application, and I can come over here to check to see how much I've been mining. I've been mining Bitcoin on 2 other laptops that I don't really use anymore necessarily, but I just have them as rigs to basically mine Bitcoin for me. So I have this browser running on those 2 laptops, and then you can also download the app on your phone or your tablet as well too, and mine Bitcoin straight from your phone or tablet if you like. So pretty cool feature. The fact that you don't have to set up ASIC miners or ANT miners or anything like that, it's pretty simple and simplistic way to start mining Bitcoin if you like and creating that passive income for yourself. Then also feel free to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I've been a little bit more active on the Instagram and the Twitter, so feel free to follow me on there if you like as well. Don't forget we have one more spot inside of that Patreon group, the trading group. So I hope that y'all can join us for that 35% off and get that last spot filled for us. If not, then I'm going to have to raise the prices back up by the end of this week. So we're gonna, keep an eye on these markets, and we're gonna continue to dive in to these higher time frames here just to see what might be happening. So can also see no sign of reversal just yet on our 3-day. We are getting a little closer to our big blue wave, but no sign of a clear topping out pattern just yet. Money flow still looking pretty nice here, that it is kind of wanting to move to that top end just a tad bit. For 4-day, also money flow just now moving into that green money flow. So definitely looking very, very healthy and bullish here as of right now. Pretty exciting times, y'all. So also our 5-day, we're getting these bullish crosses here for the most part as well too. 5-day also kind of giving us this nice little blue wave structure here, indicating that we still got a little bit further up to go, it looks like. And we can look at our weekly, and it looks about the same too as well. Going on into our 2-week, let's see what's going on there. 2-week looks a little funky with our money flow kind of still moving into the red, but you know, we're not going to really keep an eye on that. We still have quite a bit of time before we start to see some topping out patterns, but maybe we'll see some topping out by mid-month. That's yet to be determined. And then I wanted to look at our monthly, but our monthly is really not telling us much either. It looks like we're getting a green dot finally on our monthly cipher B. So that's a nice little bullish sign for us too, as well, moving forward. Even on our 21-day, we're getting a green dot there too. So another little sign of some bullishness moving forward from here on out. But I don't really want to keep an eye on really high on those high time frames. I'm going to stay probably on the midday and the mid time frames as well, just to see where I think we might be topping out at. And I'm going to keep y'all up to date. But if y'all do want to live trade with us and get up to the date minutes, you know, up to date, you know, every single minute pretty much, I'm updating quite a bit since we have been having a substantial volatile market. And hopefully the group's appreciative of it. If anything, I think they're it's kind of hard sometimes to time everything perfectly, but I'm going to tell y'all exactly what I'm doing each and every single time that I make a move, and try and be transparent as possible with that too as well. So with that being said, y'all, thanks for coming back. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, so that way y'all can be updated every single Bitcoin video that I make every single day on this channel. We're doing our due diligence and we're studying these markets daily. So I'll see y'all on the next one. CTO signing out. Ooh.